Business, a person's occupation, profession, or trade. Connection, a relationship in which a person or idea is linked or associated with something else. Welcome to Business Connection. Each week, our program will offer inspiration to navigate the business world. Information you can use to succeed in any field. And we will help you focus on your goals. Join us now for Business Connection with your host, B.C. Clark.
Welcome to the Business Connection. I'm your host, B.C. Clark. As you know, I interview business owners across the state, well, and some out of state as well. But today my guest is Gerald E. Lemon. Gerald, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Gerald.
Well, I'm originally from Alabama.
Talk louder.
My folks moved up to Nebraska, and I went to school here in high school, and I went on to work for a Fortune 500 company, food manufacturing here in the city.
Okay.
For 31 years.
Wow.
And so...
a lot of experience there.
Yeah, yes, yes. And so with that, I just thought about doing something that actually happened to me. One night I was getting a pizza, and it was really cold outside, and a young man came into the pizza shop, and he was wearing a sagging pants. And he said out loud, "It's really cold outside." And I thought to myself, if you pull your pants up, you wouldn't be so cold. But you know, when I got home, I got to thinking, and while I was eating that pizza, and I thought to myself, this trend seems like it's not going away. And so why hasn't the fashion industry addressed this? And you know, this is America.
That's right.
You know, and it's
the land of opportunity.
Exactly. And so with that, we born G-Swags.
G-Swags.
G-Swags. G-Swags LLC.
G-Swags LLC. And so when did this, so let me ask you this. When did you get that bug, that spirit of like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to do this thing. And you patented it.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's another level, okay?
Exactly.
So when did this all happen?
Well, it's been in the course of about 7 years. It actually took 2 years to get the patent.
Of course.
And so it's something that I just been playing with. I started out with Frankensteins, which were used clothing that I put together, and the capability of this patent also addresses shorts.
Oh, okay, great.
Shorts with exposed shorts. Shorts with exposed shorts.
Shorts with
pants
exposed
with
shorts.
exposed shorts.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. Why don't we just take a look at, hold up one, and so that they can actually see exactly what this is, and then pull the...
All right.
So, because the trend that Mr. Lemon is talking about is that everybody, the young men are wearing their pants like down and their underwear is showing. So he has designed pants that has underwear attached, or it appears to be underwear attached to them. Hold them up a little. And so now they don't have to wear them down. They could just wear them around, just regular waist. And by the way, they'll be able to run in case they need to. So he has several different types. And I met Mr. Lemon at the Side Hustle Saturday that happened this year. And when I saw these, I thought, I have to have you on my show, because just like he said, the trend is not, or doesn't appear to be going away. So this way you can look a little cleaner, fresher, because the pants that they're wearing right now, the underwear is always dirty. And so this way you can keep your dirty underwear and not be showing them, but you'd have these pants that have the underwear attached. I love it.
Right. And also this one has a social message. Black Lives Matter.
Wow.
And so what we did was we took a negative and made it a positive,
Wow.
And so...
and you have several different styles.
Yes.
That's I like the black. I won't wear them, but yeah, because they're for men. And then let's see a couple of other ones.
All right.
So when you were, and then so when they told you that you need to have a patent, right?
Yes.
On this.
Yes.
So pull the pants, the underwear out.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Yes.
And you're right. Why didn't The fashion industry,
Fashion industry.
got a hold of this. Now I want you to know, it's probably someone that's watching this show, okay?
Yes.
But this is a patent on this, so you're gonna have to go through Mr. Lemon if you're trying to do something like this.
Exactly.
There's always knockoffs, but this is the real deal right here.
Yes.
So it's called G-Swags. So this is another style of the pants that he have, and it's really,
You know, we have a saying at G-Swags, is that you're not sagging unless you're G-swagging.
amen. I like that.
All right.
Yes, yes. So show us another pair. So this is just really great. And G-Swags was originated right here in Omaha, Nebraska.
That's right.
So this is something that was started right here. Look at this.
These are my signature pair
These
here.
are the signature pants.
Yes.
This is amazing to me.
Yes.
This is amazing to me. So I just applaud you. I mean,
Yeah.
these are great. And so you have these manufactured, right? And is the manufacturing operation in Omaha?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Fortunately,
There's another one.
we're in
I
Omaha.
can see them all, yeah. And so you designed, like, you picked out the material
Yes.
to design each and
Yes.
This is amazing.
Uh-huh.
And because you know what the
we
shorts
ha-
should look like.
Yeah, we have a big textile mill or outlet in Kansas City.
Okay.
So I've traveled to Kansas City on a
with
few
that
occasions and
That's
picked out material there.
That is so good.
This
Look,
is
and
another
these are some really
Black Lives
good-looking-
Matter. Yeah.
This is some really good looking undershorts or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
them
they're-
under these pants.
yeah, they're
and
shorts.
So you have all sizes in these pants? I mean, do they come like small, medium, or large, or do they come by waist sizes?
Yeah, they come by waist sizes.
Okay.
We start at 32.
32, okay.
32 up to 40 inches.
Okay. And then what's the length?
The length is a standard length.
Okay.
And
So they go from,
they would have to alter if they wanted them shorter.
Yeah.
I believe they're something like
32,
inseam.
32, and maybe on
I
up
think they're
and
34.
longer. Okay.
34 long.
Okay. Okay, great.
Yes.
Those are amazing.
But those
So
were-
the reason why the fashion industry did not get it is because
I would think because
God had it set for you.
I received that. Oh my, yes.
Nobody else?
No one else has done this.
You-
Everybody that I encounter, they always say, "Why didn't I think of that?"
Right, it wasn't for them. You know, I'm a firm believer that we all have a purpose.
Yes.
You worked 31 years in the food industry.
Yes.
You wasn't thinking about food when you got done. And,
No.
and you just happened to be in a place
Yes.
getting pizza, food, and
Yeah.
a young man comes in
Correct.
with his pants down, sagging,
Yes,
as
he
you would
was
say,
sagging.
and he was complaining about being cold.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. The idea hit you.
Amen. Bingo.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
So nothing is by chance. Nothing is a coincidence. This is all designed.
Yes.
And not only that, but you've gone a second level and you've patented
Yes.
this. And which I'm glad you did because somebody, and of course there'll be knockoffs. There's always going to be knockoffs.
Absolutely.
But the thing we can say is that it happened here first in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes.
The designer is here in Omaha, Nebraska, and it's manufactured here in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes.
See, Nebraska is a growing town. It's full of resources. It's full of a lot of potential, and a
Yes.
lot of times people don't realize it. So we're a best kept secret that's trying to get out and be known.
Yes.
One more pair. I want to see those, and then
Yes.
we're going to look at the statue and talk about that a little bit. Look at your plaque.
These are
That's
another.
And they're different. They're different material of jeans
Yeah,
too.
yes.
So I know I saw some regular denim, and this is like a polished denim.
Yes, this is a polished denim.
That is amazing.
And this style here is actually handmade. This is a handmade pair. So they go a little higher
Yeah,
in price
sure.
because they're handmade. But they're handmade right here in Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Somebody said right here in River City.
Right. That's
But,
right. These are. I love that material. I want some pants in that material. I don't want the shorts on top.
We have female
Yeah,
versions as well.
Okay, but not with the shorts.
Yes, with the shorts.
Oh, some of them would like that.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
I want mine without the shorts.
We have clients that like.
There are young ladies that want to do that.
Yes.
I love this
Especially-
polished. This is a very. Can I throw it?
Yes.
I love the polished Jean, and I love the tag on there.
Yeah.
G-Swags right here in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes.
Mr. Lemon, you done outdid yourself.
Right.
What you doing here? Okay, let's talk about this plaque you've got.
Yeah, this is from the United States of America, U.S. Trade and Patent Office, and it's good for 15 years.
15 years.
And it has me as the inventor and the patent number, and there's something I can be proud of.
Yes, absolutely. Let me just hold it
Uh-huh.
for a bit. It's heavy too. I've known a couple people that did patents, but I've never seen their plaque. This is really, really nice, and I think that we here in Nebraska should be proud of this. And being African American, I'm sorry that we need to really come out and purchase these things. It's nothing about small business. Small business make up. I mean, we're the backbone of this state, of the country, because a lot of us hire more people than large companies.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't know that. But he has a product that I want to know more about your thought processes, because a lot of people start businesses, right? They'll start a business and they only go so far, and then they say, okay, this is all I can go.
Yes.
Did you have a mentor during this process?
No, this was just something that I took on myself. I was kind of an entrepreneur as a child.
Okay.
I sold cloverine salve. People probably don't remember that.
They probably don't.
But,
But at least, see, that spirit was already there.
50 cents a can.
Yeah. So, like I said, I was just telling my last guest, I said, being an entrepreneur is a spirit.
Yes.
And it's something, when that idea comes in your head,
Yeah.
it doesn't leave you.
No.
It's just like, and you keep going, you keep grinding and grinding. Even if you go and work for someone for many years. I worked for a large corporation here for almost 30 years,
Wow.
right? Prior to that, I had worked for other companies for 10, 12 years or whatever. But I knew that my goal was to be to consult with businesses, also, and to work with women. I knew that.
Yes.
So 15 years ago, I started the Metro Omaha Women's Business Center. It's been 15 years. Seen over 5,500 or so women do that over the years of the different programs that we put on.
Yes.
And I learned a lot. I worked for I started my business in 2003 as a consultant with two other partners, and it has grown. And then in 2016, I went to help an organization because at the time it was only the executive director there. I came in, I started working there, and I worked there. I thought I'd be there 3 years. I ended up being there almost 8.
Yes.
And but it was great. It was a great learning, I think, on both sides. I learned the people in the community. I learned what the needs were in the
Yes.
community. I learned the issues that they had as a business owner, and all of that I set up, and I wrote programs and different training things
Right.
to go and make sure that they had the information so that they wouldn't have those deficits when they got ready to do their business. So I think we all on a path. So a lot of times when we start out, we may not start out and say, I want to be an entrepreneur. Some people do. But I knew it was something inside of me that always said, I wanted to do my own thing. I didn't want nobody to tell me what to do. And even when I started Metro Omaha Women's Business Center, I said, no, I don't want to be a SBA women business owner. I need to be my own because I want to run it like I want to run it. I want to be able to train people and get them what they need. I want to have to worry about numbers. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you all the way.
And so I wanted to be able to be true. Just no nonsense. What do you need? And let's get that.
Yes.
Let's be results oriented. Results oriented consulting is what I do. I'm not trying to, make all the money in the world, but I am trying to make sure you have what you need. So when you pay me, you got what you paid for.
All right.
Right?
Yes.
So that's right. But money is not my number one thing. It's getting people to be able to be educated,
Right.
so they're not out here trying to do things without the education they need. Information is the open door
my.
to success.
It is.
And when you don't
is.
have it, you lack.
That's right.
And it takes you twice as long to get to where you're trying to go.
I agree. It just the side hustle, when I met you at the side hustle, it just opened up so many things that I had questions about that on my own I sort of failed to get out there.
Failure is good.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that, and it is, but I'm not in a hurry. But I am in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to get somewhere.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
You have revenue goals.
Yes.
Okay? And you've done the footwork.
Right.
So
And I have an excellent FICO score.
and you have an excellent FICO score.
Yeah.
So there's no, you like not right now. You want people to have this because why? You care about the community.
Exactly.
You care about the young men that are out here wearing their
Yes.
pants under
Yes.
things, and
I can relate.
You can relate to
I can
it.
relate to it.
Yes.
I've designed a running outfit as well.
Wow.
With sagging pants line.
I love it.
I was at a restaurant, and the waiter actually took and this was something very unsanitary. He took and stuck the menu behind his pants, and I thought, oh my God.
Somebody else gonna get this nasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
But if he was G-swagging,
He wouldn't have to worry about that.
he wouldn't worry about that because he'd have the room.
What was he even working for? Working for somebody that people don't even. We talked about employees, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
No, I understand. No, I do.
But I'm so proud of you, and I'm
Yeah.
proud to hold this. I'm just holding it because one day maybe,
Yeah,
One day maybe.
there's some things that I like. I'm going to discuss with you at length that I've seen in the industry that they don't have pants, and we're talking about sportswear, and in the place of Michael Rubin, who owns Fanatics, I have a dynamite proposition for Fanatics. I think that will knock his socks off.
and it'll change his industry.
Exactly.
But it'll change your pocketbook.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
And
that's the deal.
it might change yours as well.
Hello. Whatever he got from me is what I get. Right?
Amen.
You hear what I'm saying?
I believe that.
And whatever he has from me, nobody else can take. So.
Nobody else can get it. That's what his word says.
But I'm so proud of you.
Well,
I am so proud of you. I'm sitting
proud
here
to be here.
with a patented business in my studio,
Yes.
right here, talking to me. And so, I'm holding this plaque because sometimes you have to touch things and feel things.
Yes.
And sometimes that gives you incentive. That gives you, what can I do next? And I'm always looking for that next thing.
Yeah.
I think that, and people say, you're always doing something. Well, that's just who I am.
You have a spiritual connection. You do. You do.
You know what? Praise God. Because you know what? I'm not afraid.
No.
I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid to, because without him, I'm nobody.
No.
And so that's just, it's.
No,
it is
I
what
feel
it
that.
is.
I feel it.
It is what it is. So I have the faith to believe, and anything he wants from me, I'm grabbing, right?
That's right.
Patent, whatever that might be, in Jesus' name. So, but anyway, I want to say that this is amazing, and we all should be proud. So I just want to, and I'm holding it because it means something, right?
Yes.
It really means that, you don't have to just be a small business and stay where you are.
Right.
There's opportunity for you to grow. If it's something that you have a product and you know that it's something that maybe needs to be patented, don't fool around.
That's right.
Go ahead and find out what you need to learn about to get it patented.
Right.
Right? Because who knows? You get it patented, like you said, it's a process. It's a slow process, but if you get it, this is what you get.
Right.
And then no one else can do knockoffs, but hey, you might be able to take them to court. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
But so let's not just stop at being a business. I'm a business owner. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's go further. If you have something you want to patent, find out what it is. And Mr. Lim will be more than happy to. I'm gonna have him come and have a class, and talk about how what that procedure is when you have to patent something.
Yes.
Because he's already done it, and he's a business owner. So he wants to give that information out, okay?
Yes.
He can talk to you about that process.
Right.
And we all need to have the processes of things, because that's why we miss a lot of stuff when we don't have the complete process of how to do something.
That's correct.
And that's why I really got into the education piece of business, because when you don't have those parts that they don't tell you, that's where you have a misstep.
Yeah.
Okay? And
You get
so
stuck.
we want to make sure that we know as much as we can. I'm on webinars all the time, because I don't feel like I know everything. Okay, I'll never, there's always something I can learn. There's something that even you being a business owner, I can learn from you.
Yes.
So don't stop and think that, okay, I've opened my business and I know everything. You don't. I don't. I've been in business for 25 years. I don't. And I'm still learning.
That's right.
And I can still teach you. So the thing that I think is really great is that you didn't stop. You say, okay, you know what? We need to do this. Hold those pants up again, because I think it's amazing. Also, we have hold the pants up, and then we have the G Swag. This is something you're gonna be selling too, so hand me that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, man. This is called the G Swag bag. So, instead of you trying to throw stuff in your shorts You can get a bag and put all your little credit cards in there, all the things that you need.
Right.
You know, your IDs, your little notepad, all this can go in the G-Swag. Yes, I'm selling this morning, okay? That's who I are. But I promote small businesses, and that's what I do. I consult with small businesses so I know how important marketing is. And so I'm just taking the opportunity. Mr. Lemon has patented his pants.
Yes.
He got the patent right. I'm holding the patent in my hand.
Yes.
Okay? And we got a G-Swag bag. So I'm so proud of you.
Yes, it's just something that.
Because you didn't tell me. I think you was telling me, but I didn't hear that at the side hustle. When you,
well, we were bound by time.
We were. I hope that I gave you some good information.
You did.
Being the
Absolutely.
speaker there for that event. But
you just powered me up even more.
But I think that this is so amazing to be here sitting with all of this stuff. And I'm so proud to say I know this man. He's patented this.
Yes.
And we have to support small business in general. You know, and as a small business, we have to, and a minority business, we have to make sure that we're out here supporting G-Swag, okay?
Yes.
And all the other small businesses who shop local. He has this stuff here. You don't have to go to New York to get these things.
No.
Because in New York, they don't have them.
That's right.
They're right here.
Right.
They're right here.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna put all this down. I done rubbed it, so if it's for me, I'll get it.
All right.
But let's talk about you becoming that business owner, because I think people sometimes think they can just start a business, okay? And a lot of them do. But there's a way to do everything,
Yes.
okay? And when you don't know how, you just do what you know.
Right.
But when there's resources out
Yes.
there,
Yes.
you want to use the resources so that you have all the stuff that you need so you can be further in the process as opposed to stumbling in the beginning.
Right.
It's okay to stumble a year down the road or 2 years down the road because it is a process,
Yes.
right? But if you can get that foundation set right,
Right.
if you can do the research, get all the information you need on that industry that you want to go into,
Yes.
making sure that that industry is not going to be declining in 2 or 3 years. So I tell this to people because they'll say, "Oh, I want to do this." And I say, "Well, let's check that industry out. What is it going to be doing in 5 years?" Because if it's going to decline in 5 years, that's when your business stops.
That's right.
So we have to make sure that we're going into something that looks like it has some incline up for the next 5 years
Right.
at least.
Right.
So that way, in that time, you may have even found some other things you can do
Yes.
to offset in case that does start to decline.
Right.
Right?
Yes. I did some research with IP, intellectual property, Cypress. It cost me $500.
Yeah.
But through the process, I was able to find out that urban streetwear is a $92 billion industry.
Wow.
92
Oh,
billion.
it is. Absolutely.
And so
you see it
I just,
every day.
if I could just tap 1/10 of 1% of 92 billion,
I'm telling you, that's gonna move.
I could create some generational wealth.
Yes.
For my family.
And that's what it's about.
Yes.
You know, and I think that let's talk about that for a little bit because we know in order to create generational wealth, there's 3 things: business ownership, home ownership, and investments.
Correct.
So, and in that, a lot of people say, I don't have no money to invest. Invest with $10.
That's right.
Right? And sometimes we may not find that out till we're like 70, but start doing it then. Right?
That's correct.
Because you never know what could happen in that process.
Right.
You know, so don't ever stop or limit. We got to stop. We got to move the word limit out of our vocabulary.
Exactly.
Don't be limited by your fears either.
Well, we have to understand this. The metabolical forces of the universe does not recognize negativity.
No, it does not.
It's a positive charge.
And I'm telling you, you got to jump on board.
That's
because,
right.
You know, I know for a fact that he does not give us the spirit of fear, but
No.
a power, love, and a sound mind.
Oh, my
and so
goodness.
if we don't own that, we lose.
You're preaching to the choir.
You know, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, and I just think that it's important that people understand that we have tools within us, and that sometimes we don't use.
Right. I don't know if I get this saying right, but I read somewhere where it talks about not doing anything as opposed to doing something, and then regret comes when you do nothing.
Yes.
And so.
I'm telling you, there's so much in that. You just don't know.
This concept came at me so strong that I thought there was a need. There was a need for
If
it.
you hadn't have jumped on this, you know he'll he'll have sent it to somebody else that he wanted to make
Yeah,
happen.
yes.
This was his idea
I believe that.
that he put in you.
Yes.
You know, you know what I love about him? We're going to talk for a second, and we don't have much, but I got to say that. You know, I love how he loves us. I love how he knows the ones who will do what he wants to be done.
Yes.
And I love how he never, ever leaves us.
No, nor forsakes us.
Don't get me to start
He's
shouting
always
up in here.
there. He's always
I
there.
don't want to shout today.
No.
But you know you get the glory.
Yes.
Amen.
It belongs to him.
You know, I'm so excited right now. You know, and every time I meet with somebody on the show, I learn something from them.
Yes.
And that carries me to the next time.
Yes.
And when I leave here, I'm like, I gotta search this stuff here. How do I get a patent going on?
Right. Yeah.
You know, because that's what it is. What's next?
Yes.
What's next for the business connection, right?
Yes.
We do as much as we can to make sure other people have it. What's one point you would tell people out there in the audience? We just have a little bit minute left.
Well, you know, don't spend all your money. Save your money. You know, a patent, for this patent, it was upwards of about $7,000. And
So you have to have money.
so you have to have something, you
Yeah.
know, some money to put towards it, you know, and
Yeah.
and that's what I did.
Save your money.
Save your money, you know, save your money, and you'll be surprised. It's like starting a savings account.
Yep.
You know, put something away, and forget about it.
Yeah. Don't think you have to have red bottoms or black bottom shoes and all this kind of stuff.
That's right.
Just put it back.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're going to need that, right?
That's right.
And the thing is that there's always opportunity for you to, once you make money, it's opportunity for you to make more money.
That's right.
And the more money you make, you can make more money. So
Right.
because you have the principle of how you made the first money.
Exactly.
So that you just roll that over and over, and you keep growing and growing and growing. I'm so grateful that you came in today.
Well, I'm thankful that you had me on the show.
Thank you so much for G-Swags. And do you have a website?
No,
Okay.
I'm working,
We're working on
a
the website. Okay,
yeah.
so we're going to have a website. This is his flyer, but we're going to do another one for him. So
Yes.
that he has, but this is called, the business is called G-Swags. What's your phone number?
402-290-6402.
402-290-6402.
Yes.
G-Swags, Mr. Gerald Lemon. Check him out. G-Swags, for all of the pants you need so you don't have to fall when you run with your pants hanging down, okay?
Right.
Thank you. We'll see you the next time. This is BC Clark with the Business Connection, and we'll find you next time.